So I received a package today. Do you think it came from Santa? Or maybe, did it come from Krampus? Hi, I'm Joe, and I've got a haul today. And it might surprise you to learn that this did not come from Romeoville, Illinois, but actually came from Germany, as this is a BlueBrixx order. When I got the news about a month ago that BlueBrixx was going to be losing the license to make Star Trek building sets, I went ahead and looked on their site and thought, if there's anything I thought about getting, I had probably better order it now, since it will likely be gone soon. So I went ahead and placed one last order almost 5 weeks ago, and after this package has had a very extended tour throughout Germany and the United States, it was finally delivered today, and I guess we'll open it up and see if anything survived. First, there's just a couple of interesting things on the box. One, the most obvious thing ever, received in damaged condition, is stamped in several places on the box. I also noticed that the German Postal Service logo here looks very similar to the Lego Santa's Post Office logo. I just thought that was interesting. Okay, I've opened the box and, well, it's definitely a mixed bag inside, so we'll start with the good. First, we've got what is essentially a brick head, what BlueBrixx calls a brick buddy, but this is Quark, who, of course, is the bartender from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and you can see that they've made some effort to give him larger ears. The fact that they made effort to give him ears at all should make him stand out a little bit. And there, you get a look of what he looks like from the back. Next, we have what they call the Danube-class runabout, which is also from Deep Space Nine. This is what you might call MIDI scale, but at 693 pieces, and given that the runabout was more of like just an upsized shuttle, this might qualify just as a regular scale. And if you can look here at the bottom, this says it is a 2-in-1 model. So I don't know what that second model is supposed to be. I'm not an expert on ship design when it comes to runabouts. I mostly focus on learning about the main ships from the shows, but it looks like there are two different types of runabout you can actually build with this set. Then we've got the USS Voyager, and this is definitely what I would call MIDI scale, because I believe BlueBrixx does make a 2,000 plus piece Voyager model, but I hadn't gotten anything from the show Voyager, and it's not my favorite of the Star Trek shows, but I thought since the license was ending, I should at least get something representative of that show, so I went ahead and picked up this model. So those were the three boxes that fared the best out of what I got. The rest, it's rough. So let's go with what was the best looking of the remaining boxes I got. Here we have the MIDI scale USS Excelsior, which is very similar in scale to the Enterprise A that I already have, or the Motion Picture Enterprise, which are actually the same ship, really. This box did not fare very well. You can see up in the upper left-hand corner, and if we look a little closer, it is not only crushed, but there is definitely a feeling of water damage there. So I know that normally the bricks inside the boxes are wrapped in plastic, but the manual may not be, so we're going to have to take a look at that. Then we have the buildable Borg drone, which was something I was very curious about. It's a pretty good deal if you look at the whole price per piece ratio, because I believe it only sells for 50 euros for 1,600 pieces, but of course you take the VAT off and that comes down to closer to around $42. And I was also curious about this because BlueBrixx's own YouTube video about this set emphasizes over and over about how difficult it is to build. So it's said to be prepared, and I thought, well, this is, again, what I think might be my last chance to get one of these types of models. So I went ahead and ordered it. Now, apparently, resistance on this box was futile. So you can see up at the top where it's been smashed. You can see the side of the box from the front. so that's not a great sign. Also, again, it's water damaged, so we'll see if anything on the inside survived. And then finally, we have another Star set, but not Star Trek, but Stargate. Now, BlueBrixx does have an official license with Stargate to make these sets. I am not a fan of Stargate. I don't love it or not love it. I've just never got into it. But my wife's parents are big fans of Stargate. And when I said I was about to place a large order with BlueBrixx, and I wanted to get as many sets as I could under that $35 shipping charge, I asked them if they would be interested in this, and they said absolutely. So I ordered it. However, as you can see, the right side of the box has been, it's just awful. It's like the box was sent overseas without being on a boat. So I can only hope that something on the inside survived. I believe BlueBrixx does have digital instructions if those didn't survive. I'm not that worried about whether the bricks survive. The bricks are encased in that slightly sturdier plastic, so I don't think water would have gotten into them. But I am going to open up these other two Star Trek sets and see what I got on the inside. So the good news is, at least on the Borg drone, it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with the pieces, although you can definitely tell it's been wet there in the box. The instructions also seem to have come through pretty well, although if you look real close, you can see there on the spine that there has been some moisture there, but I looked on the inside and everything pages seem to turn just fine. So I wasn't planning on opening this up today, and I'm certainly not going to build it today, but I do feel like I need to let these bags air out a bit. I'm going to check the other wet boxes to make sure that they're okay too. But if I don't talk to you before Christmas, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and that you all remember that today is a good day to build.